Good morning.
Good morning.
And finally, new rule, nothing with crypto in the title ever turns out good.
Don't write me about Bitcoin, please. I don't give a so don't ask me.
Bitcoin happens to use a lot of energy. It happens to promote anonymous transactions.
Bitcoin is not a currency.
Not bullish on Bitcoin.
You, John McAfee, believe in the power of Bitcoin. So much so that you'll put your on the table, chop it up, put it in your mouth, swallow.
If it doesn't reach at least $1 million.
99.999% of the people that own Bitcoin are f***ing morons. That's it.
What's it feel like to be a Bitcoin?
I don't have any Bitcoin.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the GM Show. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the GM Show. You know, we always have the mics muted at the beginning because StreamYard likes to do it that way. And how's everybody doing today? Is it a good morning or is it a good morning?
It's always a good morning.
It's always a good morning.
We're here when you wake up in the morning. It's a good morning. Like
that's true. That's a
everyone should be
very Zen Buddhism way of looking at things, Mateo.
You
Just
know,
grateful for another breath.
exactly.
Let's take a nice deep breath
We
as
have
we dive
internet,
into the
We're good.
madness that is the markets right now, and you can see we've got some the numbers are looking weird right now. Uh-oh.
What?
Oh, sorry. The numbers are looking a little weird right now, and on the markets because my computer was like whacking out there for a second. But the markets are down, and we've got war is in the news, and missiles are hitting the ground. So things are a little crazy in all the markets right now. And this is just kind of what happens when you go to war.
This is what happens. Well, and we're not good. The U.S. like that's what
I know. That's
like,
what's so weird. I know. I mean, but I get that there's other market forces that will, things that could change, like the price of oil or whatever. But yeah, as far as for cryptocurrency, it's kind of interesting how war affects the market. I am still very bullish on the blockchain because I think Web3 and the blockchain is the future of the transactional layer on the internet. So I'm not worried about crypto or blockchain. We are just feeling the effects of everything going on in the world right now, and that's just everything's feeling the effects of that.
Yeah,
so why wouldn't this be
everything can go to zero, and one Bitcoin is still one Bitcoin.
That's very true. That's
yeah.
very true.
So, yeah, I'm bullish on the blockchain too, Freeman.
Yeah, because who cares what its worth is in dollars? Because we don't care about fiat on the show. Because this show isn't about fiat; it's about crypto.
Freeman, we have a chat that says to crank up the volume.
Crank up the volume.
Turn it up.
Turn up the volume.
What do you mean? Of you? You're
my volume. I don't think I have a. I don't think I have a control over
volume. Well,
let's see.
Sorry, Anna, you're just gonna have to turn it up. Yeah,
yeah. Maybe you need to turn up the volume of your speakers. That's what happens.
Freeman also doesn't know.
I wish I had one of those little zinger buttons for boomer alert, but
you guys
I don't have
that. Freeman's probably messing something up. Is what's probably happening. Yeah,
there's something wrong.
Maybe,
but
probably.
We're just gonna keep going because that's what we do. Yes, you. That's what we do, regardless of the trolls in the chat. we're gonna keep rolling, as they say. And here's just kind of our headline: $200 billion has been wiped from the crypto market following the invasion of Ukraine. Crypto prices have tumbled in lockstep with global financial markets. So yeah, I mean, 12% drop over the last 24 hours. That's fun. That's real fun. That's real fun.
Dude.
There's a lot of FUD out there. A lot of FUD. Where was this tweet I sent Matt this morning? Let's see if it'll pull up. NFTs crashing in ETH value, ETH crashing in USD value, USD crashing in buying power. This is Max Payne. And then someone said people dying is Max Payne, which, yeah, I guess that's a good point. But, you know, again, at least we are, you know, it's just grateful to be alive. That's all I can say. So yeah, people are talking about gold. You know, there's a lot of FUD. There's just a lot of FUD right now. It's just FUD city.
It is
gold.
Yeah, real bad. Real
bad. We got China here also tightening laws to jail those found raising funds through cryptocurrency. So, you know, it's just like FUD city right now. All over the place. You've also got this person who rugged Sotheby's, this CryptoPunks owner who rugged the Sotheby's auction house that they were going to be doing the largest NFT auction ever. It was estimated to bring in $20 to $30 million. And the owner of the CryptoPunks pulled out at the last minute and tweeted this.
I saw this tweet. I was just like, what is? Yeah.
Taking punks mainstream by selling on Sotheby's. Nah, taking punks mainstream by rugging Sotheby's. Now, I mean, a lot of people are pretty upset. If you look through the responses on these tweets from this person, there's a lot of clowns, people just putting clown emojis, pretty much saying this person's a clown. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty ballsy though to do that for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely ballsy, but not a great look for the NFT space. I gotta say, it's all about trolling. I know, ha ha ha, but it's kind of just immature.
Well, he didn't really rug him, did he?
No, he didn't.
He just said I'm just not going to sell. Like, they didn't really lose anything. You know, it's kind of like.
Yeah, a lot. That's what this article was even saying. Is it's not really a traditional rug. It's more that while no funds were lost, the owner did pull the proverbial rug out from under the bidder's feet. He just is
hodling because he's like, you know, maybe I can make more. Like, there's other fucking, like, I don't know.
Whatever. And then he saw the market dive, and he probably wishes he had taken it. No, but yeah. So just a lot of fun.
Or maybe that's why he didn't.
Just a lot of fun. That's true. That's true. It's maybe not a good time to. Here's some more FUD. And of course, Twitter doesn't know anything, but majority of crypto Twitter bets Bitcoin will be below 32,500 by the end of February. So,
32?
You know, yeah, 32. And I know Matt's charting out similar things. When we get to the charts, we'll definitely be looking at that. But he's saying lower. Matt's the weatherman says it might go lower. Which is, you know, fantastic. So
fantastic. Yeah. You know, I think anyways, we'll get to it.
And I'm gonna toss in this little slice of just optimistic. See, this is what I had to do. I had to go over. I
some good news. Besides waking up and saying good morning, like there's gotta be.
I don't want to deliver bad news. I want to fly through all the FUD, and then we're gonna get to this nice optimistic thing, and that's that a recent survey of 1,500 U.S.-based consumers. So it's not really that many, you know, but it's a couple, and it's saying that they found that people are dissatisfied with the current state of the internet. 54% saying they were worried about their rights and freedoms being threatened by technology, 44% citing online privacy concerns, and 38% being unhappy about online ads, and 35% reporting feeling a lack of control over their data, while only 13% of those respondents also reported knowing what Web3 was. And so, you know, there's this whole layer that is undiscovered by most quote unquote normies, or whatever you want to say, normal people outside of the blockchain space. Even people who have heard of Bitcoin and Ethereum, they don't even know what Web3 is. They don't understand what it means that it's connected to the blockchain, and that the blockchain and cryptocurrencies are all connected together. They don't understand any of that. They just think, oh, the blockchain is Bitcoin, and that's just like trying to be a currency, and that's all they know. A lot of people. So, you know, there's a lot. We are still in the infancy, like the very infancy.
I was just about to say, I'm like, I bet none of these people really know what the difference is between Web 2 and Web 3, right? It's like, I don't even think people just don't know. You know, like when I'm telling people, when I talk to people, I try to be like the most basic, especially when people start. See, I'm that guy at the party that always talks about crypto or something, right?
Oh,
so like,
I know you are.
Somebody's like, don't you hate this 2-factor identification? Like, I have to always sit there and log into all my websites and have all these different CAPTCHA things and all this stuff like that. And I'm like, you know, guess what? Web 3, right? You just have a wallet to log into all your sites. You don't have to remember
you don't need a password. Yeah, you don't need passwords.
And then they're just like, so that, like, things like that make you kind of like relatable.
And you can set it up so it's essentially almost anonymous, where the only thing that you're really passing around is your wallet.
Yeah, imagine not having to like sit there and put your email in for everything, and so like everybody has your email address, and you get spammed nonstop, or your phone. Like, imagine being able to log into all your websites without having to give your information, without having to give your data.
Yeah,
right.
That's what we're building in the Web3. That's what Web3 is about.
So that's
is
where,
that layer,
that's where
and not only that, but also putting all of these contracts and data into a public ledger that is distributed among all these different nodes all across the world.
And it's like just like the way websites are built, you know, I'm you know, just
Welcome
like right
to
now we have
Blockchain
warehouses of servers and stuff like that, holding files and shit. And it's just like, you know, that could be on the blockchain.
It's interesting to think about, like, and of course it's a different discussion. What should go on the blockchain? What shouldn't go on the blockchain?
That'll evolve over time, and you know, because right now the files and stuff like that's very limited and stuff like that. So it's you know, it's going. You know, it's even very interesting.
We're definitely in the infancy, and that's why Matt and I were talking just the other day. We were like, when is the last Bitcoin going to be mined? And it's not even in our lifetime. You know, it's not even like in our kids' lifetime. And so we are in the infancy of this.
I thought
technology.
For some reason, I remember like thinking, I thought for some reason it was like in the 2020, like 2025.
Yeah, you were like, isn't it going to be this decade?
Yeah, I'm like, isn't it like pretty soon? I was an idiot. I guess I never even looked it up. You know, it's just kind of one of those things that you're like, you know, it's not gonna last forever, but you don't know when. Anyway,
that's the question. Funny. When is the fun gonna be over? Okay, well, we're gonna take a look at the charts right after we do a little funny business, take a tiny little intermission, and then we'll be looking at the charts. Stay tuned, everybody.
Crypto asset. Well, Bitcoin's the best crypto asset. Okay, what's the second best? There is no second best. There's no second best crypto asset. There's a crypto asset. It's called Bitcoin, right? Right? There's no second best, okay? But take all your money, buy Bitcoin. Then take all your time, figure out how to borrow more money to buy more Bitcoin. Then take all your time and figure out what you can sell to buy Bitcoin. And if you absolutely love the thing that you don't want to sell it, go mortgage your house and buy Bitcoin with it. And if you've got a business that you love because your family works for the business that's in your family for 37 years and you can't bear to sell it, mortgage it, finance it, and convert the proceeds into the hardest money on earth, which is Bitcoin.
You heard it straight from Michael Saylor.
Go do it now.
Not our
do
advice.
It now.
Not financial advice, not our advice, but that's Michael Saylor. There's a reason there's a strange mirror effect on him, a funhouse mirror effect, because he's living in a funhouse world. No, don't
I can't believe
sell
that
your
guy says
business that you've been in your family for 35 years.
Yeah, I know. Like, go mortgage your house and buy. What an
I know.
idiot, dude.
It's insane. Michael Saylor is definitely he's a unique him and Kathy. They were crazy people. Crazy people. That's all
I don't even like. I don't know. I'm kind of lost on really where that guy came from and all that.
He's the founder of that big what's that group that the big investment group that keeps or whatever that keeps buying crypto all the time. Oh gosh, how can I not remember the name of it? He's just a Bitcoin maxi
strategy or whatever.
MicroStrategy.
Anyway, all right, let's check.
If we were BitBoy, we would know that because we'd probably talk about MicroStrategy every day. What's MicroStrategy doing?
Yeah. Well, anyway, you know, I think he says, hey, he buys Bitcoin at like 34K, and we hit there. Maybe that was where this jump came from. Maybe this was
Bitcoin jump.
Anyone see if any whales get in on this? Because oh wait, well that was way back. This is a daily chart, right? Yeah. So this is back in a month ago, 22nd of January, guys. We've just come full circle to where we were a month ago, and we're gonna go lower. I mean, we're gonna go lower. Why? Because that's just what happens when you break these trends. You start new trends, and so here. And I mean, we really didn't.
And that 50 under that 200 is just, it's not good. It's not even coming back anywhere near it.
Yeah. So we're gonna. I mean, so this is the daily chart. We look back here. Remember, I bring this time up quite often. Back in May, that big crash, kind of to July, right? This whole area here. I mean, it so many times you can come down and test a level before it just gives out, right? And so here you can say this level down here was pretty tested in January. We got a little relief, and now we're gonna test it again, right? I mean, you could just kind of see the pattern here. So how low is it gonna go? I mean, it's already gone on this leg down here. It's gone to 34,200. Okay. And I remember that this is like 30. I was thinking 32. It's probably okay. So first level, look for 32. Okay. Because this is the big fib level. Lots of resistance on this level. So 32 is the first level you're looking at. Then you're looking at about 30,000. Okay, and then down here, 28. So down here is where I think it's probably more realistic that it goes down, because what you're looking at here is a pattern of lower lows. All right. And I want to do it the other way. Pattern of lower lows. So lower low, lower low. We're going to expect a lower low. So I would expect 28, but you know what? We do have another fib level down here at 22. It could totally go down to 22. And if let's do a trend line. Good question. Where should this trend line go? Let's do here. And all right, we'll make this trend line here. Still really. So this is kind of our trend down line here, this channel. And so, right, so we could see, right, we had one trend line here and another one here. We had busted through it. Everyone's getting bullish, yada, yada. I So yeah, I mean, it could totally come down if it hit this 30.28. That would make sense for hitting this trend, the top trend line here. We could hit this trend line down here, which would then make sense for the 22. So there's lots of kind of confluences happening here as far as what levels we think it's going to kind of come down to and then come up. I'm thinking what we could see, right? Could see it come down and hit a level, come up a little bit, hit this point of control here, right? And then come on down and take that 22 before, ranging and getting back up into a more bullish pattern. But I mean, yeah, all the markets are pretty much looking like this. So, and the big thing I'm really watching, I mean, mostly is just S&P 500 and gold, just to kind of really see what is happening with the markets. Because what's happening with the markets, the crypto will fall or it will follow. And I know they were planning on opening later today, but let's check out. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's check those out. Oof.
All right. So this was yesterday. Here's today so far. Oh, this is day. Let's just check out 12-minute here. All right. So yesterday was just a nice steady down climb. Opened on the downside. So let's see. And what was interesting let's pull up we'll pull up the daily here on S&P. And what happens with S&P, right? You have these dips, and then usually, you have some massive climbs, but oh boy.
Oh boy.
Look at this. This is a dip. See, this was the COVID dip,
200.
Right?
Yeah, we're crashing down through
and
that.
And then see, it rebounded, right? It that was on February. Started crashing around February 25th, and it got right back on track, made up for its loss by August. Okay, this dip is possibly. I mean, will it get worse? I mean, because there's a lot of things, right? There's the war going on, then there's also just inflation and housing, and there's just
we have a vortex of
whole
economic
so
stuff.
that was about a 35% drop. I'm just
economic
curious
tornado.
Where are we in comparison right now? So we've dropped about 11%, 12%, and the COVID drop was about 35%. So, I mean, we're blowing through these.
Yeah, through the 200, and man, and it held that over that 200 for quite a while there for the past year.
Well, and right, it held this. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, the CMA, it broke it.
Yeah, it's
bounced right over it, and you thought, hey, maybe,
and the 50s
really, the last few days has really taken it down. And I'm right. And why would it? With the invasion happening now and bombs going off,
why would it go? Why would it go up? I don't understand why it would go up at this point.
Yeah,
but, I mean, maybe it'll stabilize, maybe it'll range, whatever. But I don't see why there'd be a huge recovery at this point.
So last time it was here at this level was May last year. Yeah.
And then what do we have, the Fed rate change coming up still too?
We'll see if in March. Yeah. And
cool.
That's the thing is there's a lot of
fun. Put your short pants on. Remember, I mean, you can make money both ways. No financial advice here, but you can make money on a downtrend by shorting. it feels a little dirty, but it can be dirty feeling in a good way.
It just feels so good. I don't know. I don't feel dirty. If that's dirty, then call me dirty.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a tough one here for these markets, man. It's looking like, because right, if this was yesterday, today, what would be the reasons that it would bring it back up? I don't know. Maybe that we're like,
can you look down at that wave?
Peak
Zoom
fear.
in on that wave there, the kimono wave at the bottom, just so I can kind of see. Yeah, I mean, it looks very similar to Bitcoin too, right now.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah. Yep.
It's wide open. It's sucking in the fish. I made a little stupid image that I wish I had right now that I sent to Matt of that little like sucking up like a vacuum, that red wave just open, gobbling up the fish.
Yeah, the river is raging.
The Red River.
Yeah, I mean, look at this open, right? You're like, it's like, that is a big.
Yeah, it's been a pretty steep drop for the past couple of days there.
But I noticed, right? I noticed that with the S&P, right?
Yeah, you can get
usually when it opens, when it's projected to open below like this, right? Price spikes below.
Yeah,
spikes.
What did it do on that last crash though? And also, where's the 50 right now? Yeah, the 50's coming down towards the 200 right now.
Below it spikes.
I would say if the 50 crosses below that 200, that's probably a pretty bearish sign, right? If you also get that 50 in like say a week or something.
Yeah, we had it. We had that in
the 50 crossed below the 200.
We had it in the COVID times.
Yeah, that was the last time the 50 crossed below the 200 on the S&P.
And it's heading there. Yep. So this is the 50. And this is the 200.
I can feel the weather getting warmer. I'm starting to wear my shorts more often. I'm putting on my really short ones. My tight short shorts.
A lot of people are losing a lot of money right now.
Oh yeah.
But
200 billion wiped out from crypto market.
Just look at this, like big gap in opening, spikes up. So today, maybe we'll get like
a can of hopium over there. Do you have like an extra can of hopium that you could?
Dude, I am
a
hopium dealer. This is all I do is just this. Hey, look at
that's good. That's good for our viewers. I'm glad that you're keeping spirits up.
Call me up 1-800-hopium. 1-800-hope.
Does anyone have that? Can we have that phone number? Can that be our call-in line? Can we have a call-in line? We should do a morning call-in line and have it.
Can we start selling good morning cans of hopium?
Cans of hopium.
And it's like can of air.
No can of air. You steal that idea, I will be so mad. I see you Twitchers, you people on Twitch.
It's a good idea.
Steal our idea.
So yeah, we'll have that on the site for sale later today. Can of hopium. And
Matt's testing the product right now. I think actually,
it's really just my fart in a can. Little do you know, it's just my fart in a can of hopium
with like a little jasmine in there or something, just a little bit. So it's like it's a mixture.
Put a little basil leaf in there or something. Like. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
what's this smell like? Okay, well, do we got some more charts we're gonna look at? Oh, do you want to show us anything on high block, or is it just
all really shitty? Oh yeah, sure. Let's show. I'm just like, I don't know what you want to see, man. It's going.
Matt's drinking over there. He's like, it's all really shitty. He's pouring whiskey.
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. Let's get it going. You know what I mean? Like it's a shit day. It's gonna be a shit day. So let's just all hang out and be shitty together.
We're gonna put our shorts on.
So check this out, guys. So last night we had this was a lot lighter, right? Because we had a giant drop down, and I was kind of watching this and just watching these liquidations getting eaten up, all these long liquidations, And then there was like only like 1 or 2, 3 lines here. Like there was barely any, and then price spikes right up. So I don't know if we're gonna chase these or not today. We'll see. I mean, like I said, I do see us coming down. Here's 34. Here's 33. We'll probably go down to 32. You know what I mean? 28. We're going down, guys. Okay, so these liquidations are gonna get filled eventually.
Not financial advice. Not financial advice. Not financial advice.
No, but I mean, yeah, it's we're gonna have lower lows. So just buckle up, everyone. All right, we have, but I mean, we are getting so much short liquidations up here. I think I just don't. I don't like, again. When I look at these, I say, oh yeah, it looks like we could totally come on up, and we could come up. Maybe we get this group of liquidations before we come down, and then get this group. Maybe we pop up to a 37, 38. That would be dreaming, right? We're kind of dreaming right now. We're dreaming. Let's take our hopium. Take our hits of hopium, and I think we're gonna get up right here before we start crashing.
We're going to 100 grand.
Yeah. We're going to 40 before we go to 20.
Hits later.
Yeah.
2 hits later. We're going to the moon. We're going to the moon.
So everyone take their hits of hopium, and that's what we got. But yeah, I mean, again, I'm watching the markets today and seeing, because right now we opened below what we did back in January. We now have lower lows. I mean, this is the lowest it's been, again, since May last year. All right, so this is a lot of that's
Very
a lot of money
similar
that
to
we've
Bitcoin
lost.
too.
Okay.
Very similar to Bitcoin. Bitcoin, we got a similar looking chart.
So maybe we start seeing a bounce to try to like fill this gap and get back into the range here. Something that looks kind of familiar before we start heading up, right? Because if you see, let's get my paintbrush out, right? We in the S&P, right? We kind of range. We range before we move. Right? I mean, this is kind of just a two-dayer. These are nice, but we're not going to see these in a long time, so don't worry about it. We're looking for something like this, guys. We're looking for something like this. We gotta be,
if we're lucky. How about you go back to the left a little bit? Just go back in time just a little bit further, Jones. Go back in time just a little bit further.
Yeah, and the reason why, right? I just want to point out the reason why we want to see this is because when the price kind of hangs out in the zone for a longer period of time, it's less likely that the price will return to that zone. Okay, so like when you see these right here, these kind of like wick, these kind of quick movements, you're saying, wow, there's a lot of buyers still right there. There's a lot of people that were left out. So price will likely return to that zone, or can return to that zone pretty quickly. Okay. So here, right, it stayed here for a while. This is a pretty huge support, resistance, and it broke through it. And now we're here. So we kind of want to see it battle back up into this range area right up here before realistically it's going to start turning directions.
Okay.
So anyways,
I think that's the final word.
Yeah. So how low will the S&P go? I don't know, man. I'm horrible at the S&P levels. I don't do the S&P levels. I just watch it and see. I mean, because it always goes up. I mean, look at it. I mean, it's just a pattern of going up. It always corrects itself. It's always like, if you look back in like World War II and what it looked like, it looked a lot like this, and then it corrects itself, right? It goes down, corrects itself, pretty fairly quickly.
Yeah.
So we will see a correction when, I don't know.
Yeah. Even COVID, when we thought the whole world was going to end.
Oh yeah, dude.
We came back again.
The difference between now in COVID is that when COVID happened, like the economy was really doing pretty good. We didn't have nearly as big of an inflation problem, job problem, all that kind of stuff didn't really exist. And then,
so are you saying are you saying that the fruit is even riper this time? Is that what you're saying?
Well, what I'm saying is like let's look at the fruit. I don't really quite know.
There's a lot more turmoil.
Yes,
a lot more factors.
A lot more.
Yeah.
Like this seems like a pretty solid. Like look at this kind of level. Yeah. Isn't this level interesting? This is like kind of the peak. COVID happened. COVID crash comes down.
I think you're supposed to say that word even on YouTube.
We're gonna get the
fact
warning,
check.
Like,
oh, here comes the
checker,
Wikipedia fact
COVID
check.
checker.
The World Health fact check on our video.
Anyways, so it drops, battles its way back up, hits this resistance, right? It treats it as resistance. It breaks through it, comes right down, breaks through it again, comes right back down, finally breaks through it again. Could this be a level that we're looking for, honestly, this to go down to? That would be pretty massive. But you know what? Let's see what percentage it was, right? How big of a drop is that? If you look at this, I mean, so that's a 30% drop.
Jeez.
And now if you remember 35% drop for the COVID drop.
Yowzers.
So this is like if it did that, and then we're kind of in this pattern of, well, gee, maybe
and we could at least have a bit of recovery and maybe range or something, even just if, like, say the war is short, or we have something else good happen, like
right now it's all mostly fear, right? It's like, oh my gosh, is something going to escalate now that gets more countries, troops involved and stuff. But look at this line. This is interesting here too. I mean, we had there goes my mic. So we have if we have this was pretty big resistance here. Had a hard time. This was all the way back in 2015, guys. And then it pops up this crash. This is the crash. So the COVID crash took it all the way back down to 2015 levels.
Epic.
What kind of crash are we looking at?
5 years of erasing 5 years, but it popped back so strong. That's crazy.
So, I mean, it's hard. I don't see like crazy amount of levels until you really get to here, right? Looking at all these years, I could be here. Let's do weeks. Whoa. So this is weeks. Look at that. Yeah, man. If you look at the S&P 500 back in, this is 80s. This is fun. I don't ever look this far back. So this is the 80s, and then like tech, boom, 95, correction. I mean, we are in correction levels. When they say correction levels, this is what they mean.
Like, it's almost scary how high that is up there.
Like, maybe it's over by. Are we in a bubble here? I mean, look at that. That is incredible.
Yeah.
Could you imagine that kind of crash, though? I mean, really, it's really like, if you look at it, it's like maybe the next level is the 200 EMA. Is that too crazy to think?
Well, it's a little crazy. It's a little crazy. Let's just say, okay, Matt, we went from like
still
last
less.
week.
That's still
I was
still
the
less
doomer.
than the
I
COVID
was
dip.
the doomer last week. I was the doomer. Now Matt is saying we're going down to the 200 on the S&P. Things have taken a dramatic turn on the show, I gotta say, and I don't know. I mean, I would say that's the worst case scenario, right? If we were going to catastrophize, that would be maybe worst case scenario.
Like
would be going
was
down
this?
to the 200.
I wonder what this dip was. This was back in 18. Okay, this little.
That was the 2018. Oh, okay.
I don't know what
this
was that about. This was from 18 to. This is I don't know. So this was back in 2018. This drop, and this was 15, 17% here. See, it bounced off of the 200 EMA. This dip here bounced off 200, bounce off 200. I mean, it's broski.
Yeah, the 200. I mean, the 200 is a pretty reliable bouncing place for it, and it certainly is. Doesn't
I'm
like
just saying,
crashing much.
If anyone thinks that we are close to the bottom could realistically be closer to here.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
all I know is I know a guy that I talk to frequently, and he trades the daily S&P when the 50 EMA crosses the 200. And he's an old school trader, and that's coming up pretty
that's a holder, dude.
But the daily, well, yeah, because he's a stock guy. He's a stocks guy, but yeah. He's getting close to a short range, but yeah, he's a holder. He's a hodler. He's an old stock guy, but he also does lower time frames. He's told me he does it.
So he went long down here. Probably back in June. Yeah. That's pretty good. Hey, that's a pretty good strat.
Pretty good. Well, yeah. It's a simple strategy. The S&P is a little, anyway, we don't need to get it.
Right. It's way more predictable. It's way
more and it's less volatile. Yeah.
I mean, look, you get a dip, you get a bounce. You get a dip, you get a bounce. Yeah. Bitcoin, you get a dip, you get a crash. You don't get a 2% drop in the charts. You get fucking 50% drop.
Yeah.
So anyway,
okay.
It's
well, that was fun.
Is this the bottom? Likely not. Likely not. There was a tweet I had that I actually retweeted. Check me out on Twitter. What am I? MD Jones?
MD Jones Trading.
MD Jones Trading. Check it out. There's a dude here. He's like 34,300 is already the bottom. Copy this tweet. So I retweeted it because I'll hold you to that, dude. I am holding you to that.
Don't we just love all of the predictions? It's just so much fun.
Yeah,
they just wasting time predicting. It's fun to go on TradingView and just look at all the different TradingView ideas that everybody has, and it's just funny. It's like some people are like bullish as hell, some are bearish as hell. It's just like might go up, might go down.
Yeah. All we know is that there's gonna be people making money and losing money. There's always someone on the other side of the trade. That's how life is, man.
That is how
life
is
like that. So, now here's an updated. So I just
words. Oh, a new high block. A lot more.
Yeah,
going on.
Getting those longs in
places.
Yeah. Again. So here's the chunk I think we might come up to kind of get these liquidations, and that's at 30, in between 36, 37, maybe 37. Maybe we come up and get this dude. Maybe we come up to 38. We're going to hit 40, right? We're going to get up to 40, 41. We're going to get these liquidations.
Okay, we're taking him off. The weatherman, he's having a mental break. So we're going to go to a break, and we'll be right back, Stacy.
It's all going to zero, everyone. So
Please go to gmdefi.xyz and buy our cans of hopium there. We've got fresh batch of hopium cans.
I make them here daily, fresh.
And but seriously, go to gmdefi.xyz. That's our website. Let's just show it here. It's so simple and yet so refined. But check out gmdefi.xyz if you want everything GM DeFi. You can find it there. Our Discord is there, and you can also follow us on Twitter at GM DeFi XYZ. Thank you guys for watching. Please hit the like and the subscribe buttons. It really helps us. And I gotta say to our new audience in Twitch, thank you for being there. Thank you for being there. And we will see you guys tomorrow.
See you tomorrow morning,
9:30 a.m.
Well,
for another good morning.